My name is Ethan Lynch, and this is discussion board number 6. I'm gonna start with what are some different types of genres. We have action, horror, slashers, comedies, old westerns. Movies can fit into multiple classes. So I think of the Lone Ranger as like a western, but also a comedy because it's not the most serious movie. So you can have blending types or movies that kind of fit in both. Um, how does genre affect the meaning of a film? It kind of just determines the overall mood. You're not gonna have a horror movie that is fully based on this fantasy element. You're not gonna take the Lord of the Rings and call it a horror because it's not a horror movie. It just kind of determines the overall meaning of the film and what the film is doing. Some of my favorite films in terms of genre. Hmm, man, it's a tricky one. Um, the A Team. That was a good one. I'd say that's just action genre, maybe a little bit of comedy in it. I liked all the Fast and Furiouses, or mainly the beginning ones. The new ones aren't my favorite, but I'd say they'd fit into the action genre. Genre. John Wick would definitely fit into the action genre. Horror movies I liked The Conjuring. Uh, some of the older Chuckies. I don't care for the newer ones too much. Annabelle movies were pretty good. Movies like The Nun. Um, I like The Lord of the Rings. That was a good series. Long, but it was good. Let's see. How can we analyze a genre film? I guess that's a weird one. Analyzing a genre film would be kind of simple, but kind of difficult at the same time. Cause I forget the dude's name or who it was, but genres can kind of blend into kind of the same thing. So like horror and it was like fantasy kind of can blend in together some, but there are subtle differences that you can pick out and understand why they're not the same. So you just kind of have to look at what the theme's doing, or what the film is doing. So you're not gonna look at The Conjuring. While it may have action elements, overall, it's about the fear of the people experiencing it. This ghost or or para- paranormal being going after these people. It's a horror. We'll do what are some challenges of making a genre film? Some of the challenges would be, I mean, I've said the same thing pretty much most of the time, but making a film that fits into this class, but still making it interesting enough that people want to watch it. I recently watched a movie called Thanksgiving with my dorm mate here, and it was a slasher. It was fairly interesting, but I mean, it was a slasher. Its main point of focus was attacking people, blood, gore, and stuff like that. So it wasn't a very in-depth movie, which most slashers most of the time aren't. They're just made for the thrill of the moment, and that's kind of what they're about. So yeah.